Hey coach, I'm so excited you found us. Make sure you subscribe down below and hit up above. We put new content out just about every day. Also, make sure you go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. If you want to put up balls like this, if you want to win, you want to learn the game, you want the roadmap to become a better basketball coach, teachhoops.com is the answer for you. It's a little bit of everything. It's mentoring, it's resources. Go over and check it out and have a great day.
Welcome back for day 2 of the home training program for athletic development and performance. Hopefully you enjoyed day 1. As always, if you have any questions, please email sportsperformance@uwhealth.org. Our day 2 program, just like day 1, has 3 levels for novice or beginner, intermediate, and advanced or experienced for each of the training modules. For your warm-up routine for day 2, follow the day 1 warm-up routine as seen in the first video. Our first exercise is called a 6-step acceleration. You can see in this drill we're working on that nice aggressive athletic start that we had before from day 1. This time we're adding a step count to it. So you can see the athlete has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. And on that 6th step he's throwing a towel down to show how far he got in those 6 steps. And then for all the subsequent sprints thereafter, you're trying to at least get to that towel or beat that towel. It's a great acceleration drill to work on pushing your feet into the ground and covering ground. As usual though, be careful not to overstride. The goal is to get as far as you can in those 6 steps, but not altering your sprint mechanics significantly. In our power phase, we are now going to a horizontal hop with a jump landing. So this is taking off of 1 foot, landing on 2 feet. This is a great exercise for building single leg power. Keys here are to emphasize that nice triple flexion and that loaded position. And then we're going to extend out as far as possible and land quietly on 2 feet. Again, a great drill for single leg power. At the intermediate level, we're going to do what's called a single response landing. Just like with the double horizontal jumps that we did on day 1, now we're taking this to a hop drill. But again, notice how he's landing on 2 feet, not 1 foot. So that intermediate jump or that response jump needs to be a short or quick contact. So that powerful start and then quickly getting off the ground as fast as you can and accelerating out into that jump landing. Again, we'll watch that fast response time in between. And for our advanced athletes, we're doing a double response. Same idea, only now we have 2 fast hops in the middle, landing on 2 feet in a nice athletic position. Moving into our strength phase with our 3A novice exercise is a basic glute bridge. This glute bridge exercise, there's a lot more here than you see. I want you to focus on maintaining a nice neutral lower back. I want you to focus on squeezing your cheeks as if you have a $1,000 bill between your cheeks, your butt cheeks. You don't want somebody to steal it. And pushing your heels down into the ground to lift your hips toward the sky, bringing that pretend belt buckle back toward your nose. There's a lot going on here in order to do glute bridges correctly. Our intermediate progression now is a glute bridge with hip flexion. So you're coming up on 2 feet, but then you're transitioning into a single leg position hold while you hip flex on the opposite side. Here, the key is to not let your hip drop on the side that you're supporting on. And our advanced exercise is a hip flex glute bridge. So as you're lifting your hip off the ground, drive that opposite knee up towards your same side shoulder. In our squat exercise for the day, we have a split squat. This is a basic 2-second down, 2-second up, lowering split squat. You can add a backpack to this exercise or hold something heavy in your hands to increase the resistance if you'd like. This is our novice progression. In our intermediate progression, we're now doing a 5-second isometric hold at the bottom of that position. So with your knee about 2 inches off the ground, just hold that posture for a count of 5 and then press back up. And then finally, for our advanced version of this, we're going down to that same bottom position, but then you're going to do 3 to 5 bounce reps or bounce squats, and then drive back up vertically. For our 3C exercise, or our pressing exercise, we're going back to our stair push-ups, just like we did in day 1. Only this time, the emphasis is on the lowering phase. Rather than a 2-second lowering phase, you're now going to use a 5-second lowering phase. So you're going to count to 5 on the way down, and by the time you reach 5, your chest should be just off the floor. And then you're going to press back up aggressively. We're doing this same 5-count lowering system for all of our pressing exercises, even in the intermediate and the advanced phase. So follow the directions for day 1 in performing these exercises correctly. Emphasize that 5-second lowering phase. The same with our elevated push-ups. A 5-second count going down. In our 3D exercise, we have this single leg deadlift with the ball close to your body. So in this exercise, you're going to place an object real close to your foot. You're going to focus on hinging through your hip and reaching down to try to touch that object. In this case, Doug has a soccer ball on the floor. He's trying to keep his back nice and tight as he hinges through that hip and kicks the opposite leg back. The goal of this exercise will be to keep your balance for all throughout the duration of the exercise. The intermediate version of this is an object reach or a bench chair reach. So place a bench or a chair just barely in your reach out in front of you and focus on hinging forward and reaching out as far as you can without losing your balance. The key to doing these exercises well is making sure you're maintaining a good knee flexion position. Try to avoid flexing that knee more as you hinge forward. And then our advanced version of this is a ball reach. So now we're going to put an object on the floor a little bit farther out in front of you than you normally would feel comfortable reaching for, and maintain your balance as you reach for the ball. Our conditioning is similar to our conditioning that we did in day 1, only this time now our intervals are 15 seconds for a sprint and 45-second walk. So with a 15-second sprint, you should be able to maintain a little bit higher intensity with that sprint with a little bit more recovery time in between. Remember, if you don't like to sprint, you can use other high-intensity versions of exercise, such as biking, jumping jacks, for that interval time, and then use active rest as your recovery time. Just like with day 1, I encourage you to pick and choose the level that best suits you for the challenge that you're looking for. Thank you for watching, and look forward to the day 3 version coming out on Friday morning. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to email sportsperformance@uwhealth.org.
Hey coach, so glad you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and like before you leave. And also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's got everything and a roadmap for you to become a better basketball coach. So go over and check it out. And let's head back to the next video, wherever that would be.